So welcome along and welcome back to the Live Lounge. This is Dale with you until 7 o'clock today. I've got a song for you now from Tonight Alive, which I love. But after that, Pete Lambert will be joining me live in the Live Lounge. And if you like folk, Americana, and just generally beautiful acoustic music, you're going to love it. I certainly do. So do stick around for that. Coming up very shortly.
Local station, YO1 Radio.
That is Tonight Alive, who are a rock band from Australia, a very good one. But we don't care about rock bands from Australia here in the Live Lounge. What we do care about is local music and local musicians, and that is why I am joined by Pete Lambert. Hello, Pete.
Hello, Dale.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Pete Lambert. I'm a local musician. I'm a singer-songwriter, playing and writing and performing around York.
How long have you done that?
Really, I've been writing for a few years, been playing for, if you count the bands I was in as a teenager, for 25 years or so.
Wow.
But with a big gap in between.
What, when life got in the way a bit?
When life got in the way, yeah.
So you sort of have a day job as well, don't you?
I do, yeah.
What is it at then?
I'm a designer for a software company.
Bit different, isn't it?
It's a bit of a contrast. Honestly, the music is my sort of respite from work.
Yes, I understand that completely. So you've got 3 tracks for us today, but you've also picked 3. So the first one is Jason Isbell and Cover Me Up. Why have you picked that?
I'm a big fan of sad songs.
Yeah, I can tell that.
Yeah, and it's this is a heartbreaker. It's a love song, really. It's about being saved from self-destruction by love.
Am I going to end up crying by the time we're finished today, Pete?
I hope so.
You hope you're going to make me cry today?
If I leave you crying, I'll be a happy man.
Well, that is the most depressing thing ever. No one's ever told me they want me to cry before they leave before. That's quite sad, actually. But anyway, let's see if it works. Let's see if it happens. This is Jason Isbell and Cover Me Up.
A heart on the run keeps a hand on the gun. You can't trust anyone.
That is Jason Isbell and Cover Me Up on YO1 Radio. That is a very sad song, Pete.
It's lovely though, isn't it?
He's got a great voice, an absolutely cracking voice. I can't argue with that. Why do you like sad songs so much?
It's a kind of a transport for me, really. I listen to sad songs and it allows me to, and not just sad songs but happy songs as well, where you get to feel an emotion that you just normally wouldn't have felt.
Yeah.
I haven't had the same experiences as Jason Isbell.
Yeah.
But by listening to his music and his lyrics, I can feel those temporarily.
I must admit, I feel sad enough. I don't want to listen to sad music and feel even more sad all the time.
Well, I'm very sorry for today.
That's why I listen to ska, you see.
Oh, well.
Just happy all the time. Can't argue with that. So you've got your first song for us that you're going to play for us now in the Live Lounge, and this one's called Drink to the End.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme with your songs. There's a lot of drinking involved.
There's a lot of alcohol in my songs. So, yeah, this one's one that I wrote about the start of lockdown, about the last night before lockdown.
Yeah.
And it was a lock-in before the lockdown.
Okay. Where was that at?
It was actually, I think it was at dusk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice bar. I like it in there. So, this one then is Pete Lambert and Drink to the End.
Through the discard paper, you do the crossword, I'll ignore the news. We'll contemplate what might come after, pour me another, you best make it two. Sitting with you round this table seems like the best place right now that I can be. And as we head into the unknown, we'll raise a glass to whatever might be. The shutters come down on this town, the closing the buildings, locking us down. And I'd like to say a few words, let's raise a glass let's take a drink for the end of the world. And here safe and quiet, out there it's so busy, people rush round, they leave in the city, they head for the hills, and stay behind doors. Pour me another, I'll stay for one more. The shutters come down on this town, they're closing the buildings, locking us down. And I'd like to say a few words for all that we've had and all that we were. But for right now, let's take a drink for the end of the world. And after a while, we joke like it's nothing, it'll be over soon. I'll see you next year. TV in the corner, tell scarier stories. Let's change the channel, I'll get in the beers. The shutters come down on this town, they're closing the buildings, they're locking us down. I'd like to say a few words for all that we've had and all that we were. But for right now, while it still turns, let's raise a glass, let's take a drink for the end of the world. They ring out the bells, it's time to go home, and we all know the worst is to come. They're closing the curtains and locking the doors. It looks like we're staying, I'll just have one more.
Pete Lambert and Drink to the End. Pete, you're very lucky today because there's two of us in the studio that can give you a clap, and it's normally just me doing a little solo clap, so well done.
I feel lucky.
That was very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. There was a lot of drinking in your songs.
There is a lot of drinking in my songs, yeah.
Is that reflective of you as a person?
I do enjoy a drink, but that's not biographical.
So, and we've got Joni with us today, who's the programming assistant. I think she's a little bit in on. I think she has a question for you.
Just a little bit, yes. So how did you get into music, Pete?
I've always been into music since I was a teenager. I played in bands. I just wanted to perform. I ended up picking up a bass guitar because there were so many guitarists and drummers around who didn't have a bassist, and I just wanted to sing. So I got involved in a few bands as a teenager, and then I just kind of left it until the mid-2010s, I guess.
So about 4 or 5 years ago, you sort of got back into it with a vengeance, really.
Yeah, and got a little bit of confidence in my own guitaring, in my own performing. I'm just me.
Well, you should definitely have confidence, because that is some excellent finger picking I've just seen you doing. I'm quite excited by it. It's really good. So you started something quite exciting during lockdown. What was that?
That was towards this just before the start of lockdown. I was going to open mic nights, and then all of a sudden that stopped, and I was kind of bereft that I would have nowhere to perform. So I started up an online open mic night
called
Lockdown Open Mic.
Wow, an amazingly creative name there, Pete.
We were the first one. There was no competition.
So you could just have the most obvious name, and then it's all about marketing.
Yeah, everybody else can struggle to find a name. We got the good one.
So it's 91 shows in.
91 shows in, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have we been locked down that long?
I mean, I'm losing track of the days here. I don't know what's going on.
It's like 2030 and I just haven't realised it, something like that.
Definitely.
Wow. So can people get involved, or is this a very secret club?
It was initially very open,
yeah.
But we've got a real core group of people now, and it's locked down.
So if you want to join Pete's lockdown group, tough. You can't.
Yeah, sorry.
It's full. So do stick around. We've got Pete, some more songs coming from Pete shortly, and his next pick is by John Smith, which we'll talk about next.
YO1 Radio.
Only today at darleyfunerals.co.uk. Darley Funeral Directors. Funerals as unique as you are.
Your local station.
was just engaged. I was only 23. Hummingbird.
So that is Hummingbird by John Smith on YO1 Radio. When Pete told me he wanted to play that one, trying to find it with a name like John Smith was tough, because there's a lot of them. But that is a beautiful song. Why did you pick that one for, Pete, as if I need to ask?
It's just a beautiful song, isn't it? I mean, it's another heartbreaker. I think John Smith's ability to weave a story in song is fantastic, and I'm massively inspired by his guitar skills.
So there was a gig in a couple of months ago, was he here?
Yeah, he played at the Early Music Centre.
You get some good stuff there.
Yeah, it's a stunning building. It's amazing to see acoustic artists there.
Would you say that was one of your favourite gigs?
I'd say it probably was, yeah.
Was it your favourite gig of all time?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I've been to so many, and I forget them all.
I think it's easy for me. My favourite gig ever was Barcelona, Rammstein. Amazing. Easy. You should know your top gig.
I think that might be my top gig now. I mean, I saw Embrace at Leeds when they released the new album a few years ago, and that blew me away. It was just a sonic masterpiece.
Yeah.
And all the memories from the 90s flooded back as well.
Fantastic. I don't think I want many memories from the 90s to flood back, unfortunately. So you've got another song for us now, Pete. This is called Every Time. Tell us a little bit about it.
This is an old-fashioned love song, really. It's about heartbreak, it's about love, it's about redemption.
Well, exciting. I've only just dried my tears and I'm going to be crying again. Thanks very much for that, Pete.
I'm very, very sorry.
So this is Pete Lambert, and Every Time here on YO1 Radio.
Remember when I lost my mind not too long ago? You followed me on that long cold road. You think that I don't know? I saw that doubt in your eyes. If it didn't make it off your lips, I remember every time that my world fell apart. It was every time I thought I might have broken your heart. I'm sorry for putting you through me. You told me that you'd always be there, that you'd stand by my side. You were my rock, you were my goddamn mountain. You were swallowing your pride. I said we'd get through this if I could just pull around. I remember every time that my world fell apart. It was every time I thought I might have broken your heart. I'm sorry for putting you through me. You told me that we'd be strong when I thought that all hope was gone. We're solid together. There's no storm we can't weather. I'll stand by you forever, 'cause you stood by me. Sometimes I'm gonna lose my mind, and I might lose yours too. We'll walk together down the long cold road, hand in hand we'll get through. No doubts, no swallow pride. just me and you. I remember every time that my world fell apart, and because of that I'll try to never break your heart. I love you.
Pete.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. That is Every Time by Pete Lambert, and you just get better. Every song you're playing so far just gets better and better.
Just warming up, you see.
Yeah, easy ones first. Yeah, that's brilliant. So we will have more from Pete very shortly, but first, right now, we have a brand new song from Volbeat called The Passenger. Volbeat are an awesome band if you're not familiar with them. They're from Denmark, and this is their 8th studio album, which was only released 9 days ago. So if you're not familiar with them, do check it out. This is Volbeat and The Passenger. That is Volbeat and The Passenger from their 8th studio album, Servant of the Mind. It is very good. They're a really good band, so do check them out if you're not familiar. What do you think? What do you think of them, Pete?
I'm a brand new fan of Volbeat.
That's what I like to hear. That's what we're all about on this show. So coming up next after the break, we do have your third song, Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton.
A live lounge first, Dolly Parton and Chet Atkins. Yeah. So what do I need to ask why you've picked this one?
So the theme that ran through these 3 songs that I picked today was songs that just punched me straight in the heart the first time I heard them. For the first 2, it was because they were sad songs. This one, it's because in the performance there is so much joy. The way that they bounce off each other, 2 amazing musicians having fun with this song, it just fills me with joy.
Well, I'm very excited to hear it. This is Dolly Parton and Chet Atkins coming up next, so don't go anywhere.
YO1 Radio.
The Big Hits Weekend. Hooked up by Max's Chinese Restaurant, Ings Lane, Nether Poppleton. Open 6 days a
Bacon,
week.
Monks Cross and Harrogate. Visit htod.co.uk for more.
York's local station. YO1 Radio.
Thank you, darling.
I love you.
She is just the most wonderful woman.
Isn't she just?
She seems like a genuinely nice person as well.
She's a superhero.
Like, didn't she like offer free books for like kids and stuff like that? She's like invested millions.
Yeah, millions of them, yeah.
Wow, she's an amazing woman. So that's Dolly Parton and Chet Atkins, Do I Ever Cross Your Mind? And she just seems lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd quite like to meet her, actually.
Yeah, I want her as my grandma.
Yeah. Is she old enough to be your grandma?
You've got to imagine.
She looks fantastic still.
Hang on, is that a slight on me or on... or
No, I'm just wondering. I have no idea. I have no concept of how old Dolly Parton is at all. At all. Anyway, we'll move on. This is your last song for us today, Pete, and this one's called Without the Whiskey.
Yeah, so this is a bit more of a fun one.
Yes.
This is about the horrendous effects that alcohol can have on a relationship.
Okay, that doesn't sound that fun.
Trust me, it's a good one.
Brilliant. So this is Pete Lambert and Without the Whiskey.
Without the whiskey, we could never have got into that fight about the things that I forgot to do and I still cannot recall. I'd never said those things about the things that you got mad about. Probably wouldn't have never punched that wall. Maybe if I'd spent that time that I spent drunk on beer and wine and hanging out with my friends at the bar, on something that would have made you smile, if I'd have gone that extra mile, maybe if I hadn't crashed your car. Without the whiskey it wouldn't have been so hard to keep you warm and have you by my side. If I'd have maybe drunk a little less, when I got home I hadn't been half blind. If I'd bought you flowers instead of staying out hours and hours, we'd have been okay now after all. Without the whiskey in my blood, then I'd have had more time for love, and I wouldn't have broke my front teeth in that fall. Without the whiskey whiskey, it wouldn't have been so hard to keep you warm and have you by my side. If I'd have maybe drunk a little less, when I got home I hadn't been half blind. Whiskey, I'd have shown the love for you that I'd always known. You'd have stayed with me forevermore. But if I'd have been at home and sober, I might have seen your new fella come over. And regardless of that whiskey, I'd have still have punched that wall. Without the whiskey, it wouldn't have been so hard to keep you warm and have you by my side. If I'd have maybe drunk a little less, when I got home I hadn't been half blind.
I mean, I'm in awe of that finger picking, Pete. And not even to have that complex of sort of a guitar structure, but to sing while you're doing it.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I've never played without singing, and it just seems to come to me.
I can't finger pick. I've been playing guitar for about a decade, and I can't do it to this day. I can barely do chords so maybe that's just more a thing of me. What do you think about that, Joni?
Oh, it was beautiful. Really, really mesmerising. I was just sat here watching you play away and just thinking about that ex-lover as someone that's on my mind.
I thought she was looking at you with a bit of love in her eyes. I was getting a bit freaked out.
I give everyone that look.
Okay.
Anyway, so Pete, I'm sure everybody is wondering, how can we listen to you?
Keep an eye on the pubs around York, where I'll be hopefully gigging in the new year. I'm on Instagram as Pete Lambert Music, Facebook as the same, and there's some stuff on YouTube as well.
So speaking of gigs, if people wanted to book you, how do they do that?
Get in touch with me through Instagram or Facebook.
Yep.
I would say, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really, really appreciate it, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. I've had a wonderful time.
So go look up Pete online. I highly recommend it. His songs are fantastic. Have a look on YouTube. Find his Instagram and book him. Something a bit less sad now. This is No Use for a Name, International You Day.